Hey everybody, welcome back to Double Your Sales Now. Today we are talking about leadership strategies for the new normal with Patti Cotton. And I just want to say, Patti, I'm so grateful to have you here with us today. We have to have this conversation, so it's so good to see you.
I'm so excited to be with you today. This is just exactly what we need to be talking about. So thanks for having me, Ursula.
Yeah, and for all of our listeners, Patti Cotton is a longtime community member of Sales Coach Now. She's been a great colleague and she's become a great friend. And she sent out her newsletter a few weeks ago, or a week ago, I think it was, and she's talking about this new normal that we're in. We're still in this we're in an uncertain time, and we're asking a lot of questions as business owners and professionals about, what do I do right now? What's next? What's going to happen? And Patti's article was just so spot on. I said, I have to be on the show right now. We have to have this conversation. So for our listeners all over the world, thank you for being here today. I encourage you to take out a pen and a piece of paper because you're going to want to take some notes so that you can leave the show with clarity today. Now, I know some of you listen on the treadmill, or maybe you're running up and down your stairs in your home right now. So you'll bank the ideas that you think about so you can write them down later. I do have a really cool announcement. I want to thank all of you, our listeners all over the world. A few weeks ago, we hit number 62 in marketing in the US, which is the first time for us, which is phenomenal. And now we've been ranking globally. And I want to thank our listeners all over the world. You're making this happen. And thank you. Please, please, please share it with your friends. And for those of you who want to leave a review on iTunes, if you go to salescoachnow.com/giveaway, we have something really cool that we're giving away. I want you to go there. It has to do with my book, One Great Goal. There's some great gifts. So when you leave a review and you tell us what the review was, you'll find out what you get. So again, that's salescoachnow.com/giveaway. If you haven't gotten our free gift yet, go to salescoachnow.com/gift. I like to make it easy. You get a PDF you can download now, 6 Secrets to Doubling Your Sales. It can give you that kind of breakthrough that you might need right now just to keep going and keep figuring it out as we all move forward together. Also, because you are a podcast listener, you receive a super special price to come to Sales Camp. And here's what's really cool. Because of these uncertain times, we've innovated and you can take virtual Sales Camp now. So Sales Camp is online. You can take it from anywhere in the world. And it's at an incredible price right now. So email us at contact@salescoachnow.com and my team will get you the links to let you know how we can support you. And it's also including some coaching. So definitely jump in on that opportunity. All right, with that, it's my absolute pleasure to introduce you to Patti Cotton. She is the founder and CEO of Cotton Group, and she works with executives, business owners, and their companies to elevate and support leadership at all levels. Her client roster includes just big names, which I'll tell you in a moment, family-owned businesses and privately owned businesses such as Bank of America, Coca-Cola, Harvard University, Cisco, Edward Jones, Morgan Stanley, Girl Scouts of America, and more. And just so you know, you can email Patti at patticotton.com, Patti with an I. She's going to tell you more at the end about how you can connect with her. So Patti, with that, here we are.
Wow.
I know. What a journey. I mean, we got to know each other as we survived and thrived through the recession. And now we're in this different time, but I feel like we're armed in a different way. And there's a lot that we can share about helping other people get through these uncertain times. So first, I'd love it if you would just tell us a little bit about your story and, what it took to get through some tough times and then where you are today.
Sure, absolutely. And can I just say that this is a plug for what you just offered everybody online. That's amazing. So I might have to go back to Sales Camp just to take advantage of that.
Come and play with us virtually. It's going to be so much fun. We'd love it.
I know. So yeah, Ursula, those were wild times when we first got to know each other. Background was that I was in leadership in diplomacy overseas and in healthcare and a variety of settings. And so when I decided to jump out and form my own business, I thought, oh, easy peasy. Okay. I lead, they follow, and all of that. And what do you know? I had to actually get out and market myself and sell, which was really scary and it wasn't working well. So I think the first year that I did that, when I called you in November October, November, I had sold a whopping $13,000 that year. It was in the middle of a recession, and I frankly didn't know how to pay the rent. So, but, and if anybody wants to hear the full story, I'm sure you know that's
It's
on
on the
another
other podcast.
podcast, right?
Yes, when I first interviewed you, they can hear the
But
whole
jumping
story then.
out 6 weeks later, after having coached with you, I brought in over $30,000 worth of contracts. And so that was the beginning of the business. I really want to flag that as the beginning of business and the beginning of my deepest appreciation and love for you and all that you do.
Oh, it was
So
amazing to watch you. Like we shine a little bit of a flashlight, but you were willing to do it. You had to break through all those limiting beliefs and just make it happen because you have so much to offer the world. I mean, here you are, this incredible leader, coach, trainer, and it just took a little bit of tweaking and then it opened up for you.
ah, bless you. Well, you see a lot of people out there that keep worrying and worrying about the worrying and, oh, should I? And you come to a point where you say, I have nothing to lose. I have wasted all of my time worrying when in fact I could be out there selling and helping people.
Yes.
And so that would be one thing I'd like to flag for us today is that you could be out helping people if you stand up and say, hey, what do I have to lose except to help people? So,
Yes. Well, I think
yeah.
it's an important place to really start, Patti, is just when I think back about your story and the stories from people who not only survived, their businesses survived in the recession, but they thrived, was
Yeah.
that first point of making a decision that they were still all in. How important, like think back, was there a moment when you were like, this, no matter what, I am all in with this decision and I am moving forward? Because I think that's so important for anyone who's listening right now is to make the decision that you're still in. Can you talk about how important the decision was?
Absolutely. Yes. And being all in, sitting around and being what I call a shadow artist is you dream about it, you talk about it, but you don't actually do it. And over time, you can develop paralysis and you come to a point where you're like, am I going to do this or not? And so making the full commitment means shedding the worry and so forth, saying, forget it. You know what? Let's just walk into the wind and see what happens. And I think part of what it was for me that helped me get over a self-limiting belief really fast was that you said to me, you know what, Patti, picture it like a pizza and you are walking around serving everybody pizza. Some are starving and they love pizza and they're going to take it, and others just ate and they say no thank you, and you are just showing up saying, this is what I got, can I help you? And so being all in, being fully committed, is your energy is going to draw people who need you, and remembering that it's not about you, it's whether or not they want the help and they see that you can help them, and that's all it is. That's what it took for me.
Oh my God. Okay. First of all, I don't remember the pizza story, but that's
It
really
was
good.
really stuck. It really stuck with me.
I gotta remember that. So let's using that example for the now for everybody who's listening.
Yeah,
That's such a great
yeah,
reminder of yes, every one of you has this amazing pizza in your hands, and it is up to all of us to be out there offering. And if people say no, thank
yeah,
you, it's okay because there's going to be some people who not only take a piece but come back for more, and we have to be
correct.
ready to serve those people. Oh, it's so good. So
Absolutely.
so as you were out there serving pizza, do you remember, I mean, for you, it was like a 6-week thing, right? When you had a big breakthrough, when it seemed like not only were you going to make it, but there was a lot more money than bills to pay. Was there that
Yes.
kind of a moment?
Yeah, and I think that there was, and you had me picture money trying to get into me through a window, and you said all you have to do is open that window, and that was me, and I thought, fine, I will open that window and I'll walk into it, and you actually had me triple my prices, which I was floored. I thought, you're coaching me, I just made $13,000, and you're telling me I need to triple my prices. And what you were really saying was you're not valuing what you offer, so nobody's going to see that. And I tripled my prices and had a 30-minute call the next day with someone who bought a $6,000 package that would have been $2,000, and she might not have bought it because of the energy shift, because
Oh,
I had a low energy. And when I said 6,000 brazenly, she said, "Oh, fine." 30 minutes. And it was someone that I really didn't know. So I think for me the defining moment was um, was saying, I'm going to commit to the expert that knows how to do this because I've been waffling long enough. I'm going to head out there, do what she says, serve up the pizza, and let's roll. And lo and behold, 30,000 plus in the next 6 weeks.
You know, as I'm listening to you, I'm thinking about what a divine appointment this is and how
Oh,
important this is going to be for everyone who's listening. Like this is like tears to my eyes because that was at the height of the recession and you were willing to take, and part of it is for everyone who's listening, sometimes you have to take on someone else's belief that what
yeah,
you want is possible. And for everyone who's listening, if you've been on the fence of like, you know, should I raise my pricing or even if should I be out selling right now? The answer is absolutely. You
yeah.
have to open the window. Another, you know, I'm writing these things down that apparently these one-liners. Serve your pizza. Open your window. The money can't
Right.
get to you if you don't open the window. And also, you brought
Yeah.
up something really important. If your pricing isn't in alignment with you, you're sending out an energy that feels off, and people will not. Yeah, like at 2,000, that person might have said, "Yeah, I don't see the value. Like, what is she?"
Yeah.
Versus 6,000. Yeah, Patty's going to deliver. And then since then, I know like prices have increased even more, and you're serving people at the highest level. So
Yeah.
so what would you say to someone who's listening right now, Patty, who is just feeling, you know, particularly on this topic, and we're going to get into the next normal and the new normal and all those pieces next, but who's feeling like, I'm not even sure that I should be out selling right now. Like maybe someone will shame me because they see that I'm like trying to take, what if they think I'm trying to take advantage of people right now? Or like, what would you say about that?
I would say, are you able to help somebody? Because it's not about selling somebody, it's about helping them and being recognized for your help so that you can continue to help other people. How many people do you want to help? Can you help? Is there something that you're holding on to, one of your gifts that if you get out there and offer it will help somebody and change their life? Now it becomes a question of how selfish are you? If you could just put your stinking thinking aside,
Hmm.
like, oh no, what if they say no? What if they think about this? What do they think about that? Come at it with a, how can I help you? How can I serve you? Tell me about yourself, so that I can see if and how I can help. And this is what I've got, and would that work for you? That's a totally different mindset than, hey, I think I've got something and I need you to buy it right away. Come to it
Yeah.
with, do you need help? I wonder if I can help you. Talk to me
Yes.
about your story so that I can see if and how I can do that for you. Wouldn't that be cool to partner together so I can help you get to where you want to go?
Yes. Yes. Awesome. And along that, you know, this belief out there that nobody has any money right now, not only like, and I don't want to take away from people who've lost jobs or who genuinely feel like they're struggling. What I can say is, you know, what the government and President Trump and our leadership is doing, they're kicking money into the economy right now to help keep it going. And
Right.
I know one colleague of mine who works actually at a corporation is laid off, but he said, I'm actually making more now than I was when I was at the company. And I find that very interesting. And I just want to challenge the beliefs out there that might be that there's just no money, there's no money, there's no money. It's not true. And there's other people who are taking this time, if you're in a training field or if you're in coaching, they're taking this time to invest in themselves and they're buying a lot of things. I'm watching it happen all over the place. I'm on all kinds of people's lists. Lots of people are still out there. They're still selling because they're coming from that place of service, like you said. But until there's that financial exchange, you can't serve people. And if it's not priced
Yeah.
correctly, then you're not serving them anyway because they're not going to be told, they don't have enough skin in the game to make it worth their while. So just someone to
Well, and
connect
you
those dots.
just you just hit on the word too, and I wanted to bring that up, invest. Picture it like this. You're helping them to invest in a brighter future. I just got off the line this morning with a company that is paying me a lot of six figures.
Yeah.
And they are in crisis. They're in crisis so deep the ship is sinking, but we think we can turn this around. I feel no guilt about being remunerated for helping them because you know what? They're investing in pulling the ship back up and sailing forward, which they're doing. I'm excited to be a part of it. They are investing in themselves and they thanked me this morning for being on hand to help them get through it. They didn't say, Oh, gee, we really can't afford you right now. Oh my gosh, we're spending more money. We're saying, wow, thank you for allowing us to invest so that we can roll forward and survive and lead to recovery.
Yes, my goosebumps have goosebumps. We can stop right now, but there's so much good stuff we have to. So, so what a great reminder. The business is still happening, and when people invest, and I love that you said like, and we can feel that, Patty, when you said it. There's just like
Yeah.
there's no feeling of guilt or concern or like they're investing, and you're going to bring you're going to bring all of your expertise, your time, your energy to help them right their ship. That's I mean, you could be charging 10 times that probably for the return on investment that they're going to receive from what they're going to do with you right now.
Mm. It's exciting because you feel like you're part of the team. It's no longer a you versus me or a creative tension. It's a we. It's a how can we do this together? And being the facilitator of that is magic. And it's exciting and it's humbling. So I would say, please get out there and help people. Please ask. Please make commerce happen. This
Yes.
is how we will lead to recovery.
Yes. Well, and let's take the I out of selling. That doesn't really make sense, but you know what I'm saying.
Right?
I love how
Yeah.
you just said the we in how we're moving forward. And when the money moves, it becomes a we, we're in this together.
Yeah.
So based on that, okay, well, let's go there. This is perfect timing. So let's talk about, okay, so you have this incredible six-figure somethings opportunities that are showing up. How, like, what are the top two strategies you're using now to keep selling?
So top two strategies now are this. Number one, if you've got a strategic plan of any kind, if you have like a year plan or a 3-year plan, whatever, that is out the window. Right now, it's all about what can I do in the immediate? What's my 30, 60, 90-day plan? Now, that's not new, but think of it this way. Think of the newness being that you're setting a direction and not a destination. You don't know where we're going to wind up, number one. And number two, if when we wind up somewhere, it's going to shift again.
Yes.
So I want you to think about setting a definite direction to help you tether. Maybe you pick a theme. Maybe the theme is short-term wins to fund the mortgage, or maybe it's develop my thought leadership. But pick a theme and a direction and have a short-term plan, because as you do this and you have things that you can do every day to work toward that, number one, you're going to get there. Number two, you're going to have a sense of control. Here's the deal. Structure breeds predictability. Predictability lowers stress. If I can help you lower stress, you're going to think not from the fight or flight part of your brain. You're going to come up here to the executive brain and do your best creative thinking, your reasoning, your analytical thinking, your innovation. So if we can lower your stress and get somewhere in the next 90 days that helps you not only stay afloat but lead forward, that's what I would strongly recommend. Secondly, I would say this. Your inner agility has to really rise up to the occasion in ways it never has before. And this is what I mean. How agile are you with change? If you have language that sounds like, well, when we get back to the way things were, or once this is all over, forget it. There is no once this is all over. There are iterations going forward. It's as though you are captain of a ship and the waves come in different ways and so forth. You're still heading toward that direction that you want to head toward, but you're going to have to roll with the waves. So if you find that your language and your thinking reflects, oh boy, I'm just waiting till this is over, forget it. It's time for action. No more time for paralysis. No more time for inaction. It's time to get going. And the way you're going to do that is with baby steps toward, use your plan. Use your plan. So those are two things, Ursula, that I would say.
So within those, how like what strategies have you used to keep selling? So let's like parse this back a little bit more. So for example, you mentioned this new client that's coming on, you're helping them
Right.
ship. So, we talked about, Patty and I are both coaches, and we have some people who are in our communities who are very much in paralysis, who have stopped, they've stopped selling. They've said that, they're just going to take a pause. what would you say about like taking a pause right now? And if you don't take a pause, then what are some ways that you've been reaching out to keep selling, or how have you brought in these new opportunities that are showing up for you?
Absolutely. So number one, it's not about you, it's about what they need right now.
Yeah.
What do they need right now? Contact your current clients, your former clients, your potential clients, and come with a spirit of service and say, what do you need right now? What's happening for you? Really get the pulse on what they need. Put aside the, oh, I have these products and services right here and that doesn't fit. That's gone. Right now, it's what do you need and what can I do? For example, I lead year-long leadership groups with CEOs and business owners. Right now, nobody wants to think about a year from now. They
Mhm.
want to think about how do I get through the next 30, 60, 90 days? So I've said, fine, we're not going to do that right now. We're going to do what we can. We can meet virtually. I can help you get a thematic goal going for the next 90 days. You need support. You need accountability. You need someone who shoulders with you. That's what we're going to do. Have I ever done that in that format, in that way for that length of time? No, but that's what they need right now. So find out what your customers, your clients need. What are they saying?
Yeah.
What and how can you help in that vein? Yes, you still have your products and services, but what can you shift to be able to shoulder with them and team with them? So that's one thing that comes to mind that I'm doing.
So how are you reaching out to people? I think that like people want to know, like, are you emailing? Are you phone calling? Like, what are you saying to people to even open up these sales conversations in this?
I'm calling. I
Yeah.
am calling because Ursula, right now, we need human connection.
Yes.
We are so bombarded with emails and offers and what does that really mean? I can't get to that, that I'm calling to say, I just want to know how you're doing. And I'm not doing it with the intention of selling. I am doing it with the intention of what if I can help.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, so I'm calling to say, I want to check in. How are you? Tell me really, what do you need right now? Is there something I have a list of resources that I can share with people. If they
Yes.
say, I don't know how to open the new EIDL loan on SBA, right? So how can I hook you up with someone? And so I'm actually calling just to hear their voice and to listen deeply. And if I can help in that vein, then I will. I will absolutely offer, because if they're saying, I don't know what I'm going to do the next 90 days, and I zip my lips because I think, oh, what if they think I'm selling? I am doing them a disservice when I could jump in and say, you know what, I can help you do that.
Right. Yes.
So please, voice is very important. Video calling, phenomenal. If you're used to doing this, like Ursula and I are doing, it's a virtual world for us anyway. We do a lot of, I would say our business is hybrid, Ursula,
Yes. For sure.
both face-to-face and virtually. If you can do video calls, let them see you.
Yes.
Look into their eyes. We need human connection right now. People are becoming very isolated. Remote workers, even up to the president, they've figured out how to do the systems, but they haven't figured out how to get that connection. And you can be that for them. So
Right.
please, whenever possible, give them a call, set up a Zoom call, and just say, you know what, I just want to check in with you for 10 minutes. I just want to know how you're doing. Is 2 p.m. okay? Does that work for you? Let me send you a link. Yeah,
Well, and we've heard from a lot of our clients who are calling, picking up the phone, that they're getting through to people they've never gotten through to before, and people are
right.
answering the phone, and they're nice. They're
Yeah,
actually talking to them and connecting. And I think leaders, especially whether they're leading, a small company, a micro company, or a corporation, they if that's who you're calling on, they need so much support right now. They are feeling so alone, trying to make decisions in a box. So it's a great reminder to just really just pick up the phone, set
and
these.
they will tell you, to your point, when they answer the phone these days. In former days, if you had gotten a hold of them, they might say, okay, what do you do? Okay, that's nice. Now they call and they say, I only have 5 minutes. You can't believe what's happening for me. And that is your entree to be on deck to listen to them and
Yes,
to support them. So there are some very real conversations that are happening that would never have happened before this.
so true. Yes, yeah, I love it. And so I want to expand, in this last part of our time together on how how do we prepare for the new normal, and as you talked about in the next normal, like as things unfold, because I think we know there's still a lot of fear out there. There's a lot of uncertainty, and we can just really get just mired down in that. How have you been able to coach your clients to, rise above it and even maybe have some hope about what's possible now? I mean, part of it is you lived through the recession, which was very long, and I'm anticipating and holding the hope that this is not going to be as long as that. So
Right.
any tips there about just how to deal with the uncertainty and accepting, I think, that this is our new normal right now?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for bringing that up, because I want people to think about this. It is not the new normal that's going to happen or that is evolving. It is the next normal. It is the next normal. In other words, change is here to stay. It's at the minute that you think you've got a lay of the land of the turf, it's going to shift. Now, that might sound scary to some of you, but I want you to think about this. Imagine yourself not a knowledge expert per se, but an explorer in the jungle. And it's this fabulous, beautiful, amazing jungle with all kinds of wild and scary and crazy and wonderful things. You are taking a journey through the jungle here, or the ocean, whatever you want to visualize. The landscape will keep changing. What you discover will keep changing. What you want to do is show up with a learner's mindset and say, what can I learn from this? How can I help? So what that means is that because change is here to stay, we need to put away the thinking, well, it used to be this way. Or once we get past this, it is, I wonder what's next. We'll need to become very comfortable with continuous change. Now, human beings love safety and they love security. They love stasis. So could we just come back to something that sits still? Recognizing that, we need to get comfortable with shifting. How can I shift? How can I dance? If you're a dancer, that's a lovely visual. How can I dance through this one? How can I dance to this tune now? How can I move? So developing that inner agility and developing that outer, what do people need now? Very, very important. Reinvention is going to be, I'd like to replace it with the word metamorphosis. Think of a butterfly, but think of just becoming and becoming just an even more beautiful and beautiful butterfly. It just keeps evolving. So the metamorphosis, the reinvention is going to be continual. How can I continue to grow? In a way, it's exciting for us coaches because we know that the potential is limitless.
Yeah.
Our potential is limitless. We are being provided now with shifting landscapes that will allow us to grow that potential in ways that we never could have dreamed before, because people are going to have to adapt and shift. So it is not the new normal, it is the next. What's next? What's the next normal? How do I adapt? How do I dance through this? How do I and how do I support people's needs? Now, what it means, boots on the ground, is that you're going to have to stay very close to your clients and to people to learn what their needs are. And you know what? That's a beautiful thing. That's more human connection. Gone are the days of, write the 5 emails and maybe 1 out of 10 or 3 out of 10 or 5 out of 10 will respond. This is time to get really deep and connective, because that's the one thing, that's the one constant that people will seek in a world of change. You can be that agent. You can be that connection.
Yes. So really leading through connection and reaching out and supporting people through their next normal, whatever that is. And I think, for everyone who's listening, you are hearing this information because you're going to be on the forefront. You are on the forefront. I mean, if you're out there listening and watching what's happening, I mean, you have to lead through this time. It's not just about, sailing along. Like whenever I see some of our clients sailing along, I'm like, no, like, how are you going to lead in your industry right now? How are you going to help people lead them out of it? We have clients who are in, real estate, they're in coaching, they're in manufacturing, and we're helping. It's not just like, how am I going to survive? How am I going to thrive through this and help the people in my circle thrive through it, right? Because after, the statistics tell us, after the Great Depression and the Great Recession, the most millionaires were made. Those people who
Yeah.
are innovating and leading and are willing to change, right? They're going to be on the forefront.
Oh, you're bringing up something so important, Ursula. It's making me think of this. As you show up, those people who became the self-made millionaires during the greatest tragic times focused on the who of their leadership and not the what. Who do I need to become? How do I need to show up? And how can I serve? Rather than, ooh, what can I sell? Quick. Everybody needs this. That's going to come naturally. But if we understand that change is constant now, and that we need to focus on the journey and not the destination, and that we need to adopt uncertainty, the stasis is, who am I as leader, and how can I become more of that and show up to serve?
Oh, I love it. Well, that is a perfect place, I mean, to bring us to how can we get more from you, Patti? I just want to thank you. This was, again, I felt like a divine appointment today, and I know you've blessed our listeners all over the world. And for those of you who are listening, like, this is your call, right? This is your time to lead, to step forward, and just to be willing to embrace these uncertain times. So tell us what you have for free. I know you have a free gift for our listeners. And then if they would like to move forward with you or want some coaching, how can they learn more?
Certainly. So for those who are seriously committed to their leadership and how they show up in the world to do what they do best, I do offer a 1-hour free discovery session. And you can email me at patticotton.com for that. And that's P-A-T-T-I, Patti@patticotton.com. So I'm very willing and open and excited to help serve you through a discovery session to see what you're facing now and to help you get some first steps and to see if and how I can serve you more if you'd like to do that. So that's something that I'm offering for free right now.
Patti, I want to interject really quickly. So how would someone know that discovery session is a good fit for them? Are they a business owner? Are they a leader? Are there other things that they should think about?
Sure. So if you're a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, if you're a decision maker, an executive decision maker of any kind, if you are leading with responsibility, then that would be who I work with primarily. Yes, whether you're alone or with a team, you're leading with some kind of a responsibility, then that would be. And the secondly, and thanks for asking this, that you're fully committed to, that you're all in. If you are all in and you fit that profile, then the discovery session would be a really good fit for you.
Awesome. $500 value. I'm sure it's going to be worth much more than that, and the return on investment, outstanding. So Patti@patticotton.com. And then tell us, please, about the boardroom and how we
Okay. Hey, so I keep hearing from entrepreneurs and business owners and executives of all kinds, but we need help now. I can't commit to a year. I don't know what's out there, but I really need help. I need brain trust. I need somebody to help me tether and keep it all together and move forward. So I've been hearing everybody. So what I am doing right now is putting together a 3-month small group mastermind, the boardroom for entrepreneurs and business owners. And it's a place for you to come and regroup, reinvent, and relaunch your life and business during these crazy times. And I'll be providing an intensive coaching session with you right before you enter the boardroom so that you can set your direction for the next 90 days. And then we'll come with you'll have a proven action plan so that you can work that. And then we will mastermind two times 90 minutes monthly with the small group to get you where you want to go. And it's proven very effective. I've done it with a lot of CEOs, business owners, and so forth in the past for a year at a time. But people are needing the 3-month reboot.
Got it.
And so I think that's how I can help right now. I can help you reboot in 3 months. Yeah.
So the boardroom, 3-month reboot, and that's, I know, by invitation, so they can reach you and maybe fill out an application or something, but they can email you at patticotton.com to learn more about the boardroom.
Absolutely.
I love it. Awesome. Well, Patti, thank you. Thank you so much for being here today. Thank you for sharing you with all of our listeners all over the world, and we wish you continued success as we travel in this new normal. So thanks for being here.
Ursula, it's my privilege. Thank you so much for having me.
So much fun. And thank you all for being here and for joining us once again this week. We're so grateful for all of you. Remember, go to salescoachnow.com/giveaway, because when you leave us a review, we're going to send you something really, really cool that has to do with my book, One Great Goal, which everyone can use right now to help them get refocused on what they want. And with that, we'll see you all next week. Bye, everybody. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Subscribe and ring the bell if you haven't yet. And if you want to check out more videos, tap the screen right here.